Hey, what is going on? I'm back, and this will be the first Xbox One head-to-head match I'm throwing on my channel. But I won't be going over the game much. I'll actually be going over how I think the season's going to shape up NFL-wise, and after the first quarter, I'm going to go over some of the things that they've announced for MUT changes and what have you. So first things first, let's get into. I'm going to do the NFC most likely on this one, and just the NFC, like predictions for each one. So the NFC West, I feel, obviously everyone does, at least I think, is the best division in football. I mean, all four of those teams. If the Rams were in a different division, that their whole season might shape up differently. The past couple of them, and especially if Sam Bradford stays healthy. So I think actually, if Sam Bradford stays healthy, I think the Cardinals probably be bottom of the division, because they've already lost. I think they've lost like Dansby and like Daryl Washington to different stuff, either legal or drugs or something like that. I can't remember, suspension. But yeah, as much as I'm high on the Cardinals defense, because I love their secondary. I can't wait, years around with their secondary there, with Deion Buchanan, Pat Pete, Cromartie, and Matthew. Like, that is a beastly secondary in my opinion, and honestly, the best secondary in the league. I would honestly put them up, and I know it's high on especially with a rookie in there, but I've seen what Deion Buchanan can do in college when he was at Washington State, and the guy's a baller, and I think he'll fit in very well with that veteran secondary there. But honestly, I still think the race out there in the NFC West is a two-headed race between the Niners and the Seahawks. And honestly, I think the Niners got the edge up. Nothing against the Seahawks. I just think the Niners, they have the exact play style to go against the Seahawks. So nothing against the Seahawks. I think they're a good team, especially their Legion of Boom back there. But yeah, so that's how I foresee that it shaping up. Niners win it. Seahawks behind them, probably getting a wild card with the Rams, and then the Cardinals. The Rams, I mean, I don't know how to predict them. I think it all depends on if Sam Bradford stays healthy, and if Sam Bradford can learn their offense. That they're going out there. I mean, I think this is one of the first years he's actually had like consistent, offensive coordinators. So, it'd be good for him. He just needs to get his reps in. Next division we'll go over is NFC South, and I know they've been posting that like no team out there has won the NFC South, 2 years in a row, and I'm going to continue that tradition because I don't believe they're going to win it 2 years in a row. The Panthers there, but I do believe that that's going to be an interesting division, especially in the near future, because the Buccaneers are doing a good job out there. I love Lovie Smith. I love his mindset. I love how he had put together the Bears and everything he had done out there. But I feel that it's between the Saints and the Falcons, honestly. And, it's not just because of the Panthers losing some key players to free agency and just and other stuff, but I just think the Falcons just had an off year. They got Jake Matthews, they drafted, and arguably the best tackle that was in the draft. That was pro ready, that came out, and of course they got Julio Jones and Roddy White out there, who are just beasts of receivers, and Matty Ice is going to be Matty Ice, not to be confused with the Matty Ice squad, but then of course you got the Saints out there who's going to be doing their job, and I think another year and with Coach Ryan out there for the defense, it's gonna make them even more a powerhouse. So I think it's between the two of them, but I'll probably give a slight nod to the Saints just because of how good they were last year, and there's still a couple question marks about the Falcons, but I still think it's between those two. And I still feel the Bucks are going to be last, but I don't think they're going to be, the carpet that they were last year. And the final one I'll talk about before the first quarter break is NFC North. And NFC North, I think is an interesting one out there. I think the Bears are still going to be good. They're going to still be them. The Lions, they're so fickle. I mean, last year they literally had it won, but they just couldn't close the deal. And of course, the Packers with Rodgers being back is going to be amazing. But I think the Vikings, because they've already got an established run game, from what I've been hearing from their offense out there, I think either Castle or Bridgewater will get the nod as the starter. And I've been seeing good things with Bridgewater out there. And I'm not even that high on Bridgewater. I think he's an all-right quarterback. But I think him out there with Adrian Peterson already established and Cordero Patterson and throw to, and Simpson and I can't remember their tight end. I want to say Cook. No, that's the Rams. Anyway, but yeah, so I think their team will be solid. And I think they're actually between them and the Packers will win the division. But so I'm throwing up a couple pictures here of the head, not to change subject, but showing some of the new interfaces and what they're going to do. I like the objective system and this system here where they're putting all your cards together, because God, trying to come from reserves to your active to pending collection was such a pain in the butt. Now they're going to have it all in one folder, which is great, especially for people like me who sometimes don't even know what's even in the collections or what's in my reserves. But so yeah, so I'm loving some of the new changes, and if I post another video before, I probably will post another video before the Madden actually kicks up, and I'll go over any other changes that they've been implementing. So anyway, so yeah, NFC North I feel is between the Vikings and the Packers, and nothing against the Bears, because I think they're a really good team. I just think the Packers, when they're going high octane and Aaron Rodgers is in there, like, they're pretty much unstoppable. And then with the Vikings with their changes out there, I think Peterson's actually going to get a good look in the playoffs this year. And I just feel the Lions, like, they're probably going to have another meltdown like they did the year before. So now to the final NFC division that I haven't talked about yet, the NFC East. And the reason I waited on the NFC East is probably because I'm a Cowboys fan. And being from, New Jersey originally, that didn't sit well with a lot of people. A lot of people out there are either Giants or Jets fans. And me going around with Cowboy stuff, I had question marks thrown at me. But, I've been hearing good things from all the camps out there, except for the Giants, actually, with Odell Beckham getting hurt. I don't know what's up with him. From what it looks like is Ruben Randall's still going to maintain his spot in the depth chart, which is all right with me. I actually, I'm not really threatened by any of the Giants receivers, because the only one they really got that I like is Cruz, and I don't think he's in the right situation out there. He's not. I don't think he's a guaranteed number one. I think he's much better paired up with someone to kind of pull some of the coverage, and he's definitely a better slot receiver than he is out on an island. But nothing against Cruz. I mean, he's a baller. I mean, he's going to get his numbers, and much respect to him. And the Eagles are going to have another outstanding offensive year. Defense, kind of some question marks out there, because their defense really, I don't think they could keep up with the tempo. I think their offense, did great out there. Even their linemen like Evan Matthews and everyone else that was out there, and Peters, they did a great job keeping up that tempo, especially for big guys. But I think the defense was where they were lacking, being out there for so many plays. I think it kind of wore on them, and I don't put them down in the division, because the NFC East is arguably the easiest division in the league. outside maybe the AFC East, but I don't know. I actually, this is kind of a toss-up division, but I think if I had to pick anyone to have the nod, it probably would go between obviously the Redskins and the Eagles, but not putting down the Giants or the Cowboys, because I think it's a close race between them. I mean, with Djax and Pierre Garçon out there, I mean, Rob Griffin's got weapons for days, and of course Dez and Tony are going to do their thing out there. Hopefully they run the ball more. DeMarco, it's just question marks on defense for Dallas, but if they can get their defense shored up, I think that'll be a division that is they're gonna battle each other the whole year. But that's it for me. That's my thoughts on the NFC. My opponent quit out here. You guys got anything for me? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, as always. I'm out. Peace.